Anyway, the brutal humiliation of a mid-tier comedian. I'll watch it, bro. We'll give Pat another chance.
Stand-up comedian is being humiliated in front of the entire world and does not know how to make it stop. Akash Singh is mostly known as being the sidekick to Andrew Schulz on the Flagrant podcast. His wife Jasleen recently started creating content that many feel is shocking or distasteful coming from a married woman.
Sometimes I get so painfully nostalgic for college. So for context, I went to college from 2011 to 2016. I was popping my and living my best life in these white boy frat houses, and I had a roster of guys that I would rotate.
This is
Yo, married woman talking like this. Wow.
not a two-way street. This is a one-way street. His money is our money, and my money is my money.
Now that's how marriages work. Now, chat. The first one, crazy. That one, it's how marriages work. I ain't gonna lie.
And if you think those clips are bad, trust me, it gets so much worse. Like when she expressed how badly she wanted to sleep with her co-host's husband.
Would y'all ever have an orgy together with your husband? Priya,
She tried.
I'm actively trying to have an orgy because this couple is so good looking, and you haven't seen Nav yet, but wait till you fucking see him.
Maybe.
I just know that Nav's is like at least 10 inches.
You would only be down for an orgy if we
Or
did
it's
it.
thick. It's thick.
Jasleen regularly
She married for real?
romanticizes sleeping with other men, films her arguments with Akash to post on TikTok, brags about being a gold digger, and actively refuses to kiss her husband in public, not even during his proposal. This is the type of relationship that 99% of you watching pray you will never find yourself in. But anyone who criticizes Jasleen and the potential harmful influence she may have on couples, she calls them incel red pillars. Then again, it's somewhat understandable considering sometimes the right message can come from the wrong messenger, because Akash was actually warned by the Fresh and Fit podcast that he was going to find himself in this exact type of situation. In the early 2020s, there was a digital uprising of self-proclaimed alpha males who claimed their traditional views of masculinity were directly
I
conflicting
hated
with
this era.
mainstream liberal ideologies.
Dude.
Guys like Myron Gaines and Walter Weeks of the Fresh and Fit podcast got viral attention talking about traditional gender roles, relationship dynamics, and what being a real man is. And even though Akash and Andrew host a comedy podcast, they often dabble in more serious, broader social commentary, which led to them
Mom
inviting
Donnie
Fresh
was
and
on
Fit
this podcast?
guys to
Interesting.
discuss some of their views on masculinity and relationships, many of which Akash disagreed with. He was particularly bothered by this phrase or relationship philosophy that Fresh and Fit used that said, pimp or be pimped.
One person in the relationship, whoever cares less has the leverage, and we want the guy to always care less.
That's
We want the man to
wild.
always
That's
have the leverage.
Childish as
And you guys might not like hearing
is
that.
childish.
But we truly feel
I'm not.
that
These
you
aren't
have to-
new beliefs, bro. You're not telling me some none of us have ever heard. We all heard this from fraternity guys in college. I'm saying there's room in your, and I don't have a problem with a lot of the stuff you say. I just think there is room for growth, and you guys' refusal to acknowledge it almost kind of proves it to me, confirms it to me that you guys are not willing to grow right now, and that's fine. That's some ego.
Throughout the pod, Andrew seemed to have no problem having a serious, calm conversation about someone else's worldview despite not fully agreeing with it. But Akash was clearly much more upset with what they were saying. Most of the podcast, it didn't feel like he was listening, but rather just waiting for his turn to speak and assert his own personal philosophy on dating. However, Fresh and Fit were mostly known to say outlandish and straight up disrespectful things about women on a regular basis.
Andrew needs to gain back his favor after openly being a Trump supporter. Wait for it to blow the fuck up in his face and realize oh shit, I look like a fucking idiot. Oh wait, yeah, Andrew Schultz doesn't like Trump anymore, right?
So most people
Or am I
naturally
thinking about
sided
somebody
with
else?
Akash's view of equity and equality in relationships, as well as understood his general frustration towards these guys.
Yeah.
What we would later
Well-
discover is that the reality of Akash's own
I ain't gonna
personal
lie to you
relation-
though. I ain't gonna lie to you. Now I don't know much about Andrew Schultz. I don't think I like that guy. But I always say it takes a very strong person, especially someone that has a platform, to be able to go out and go, guys, I ain't gonna lie, I was wrong. You that bro, like that ass, that takes a strong nigga to go out there and say, bro, especially when you have like a political podcast and all that thing, like all that stuff. You gotta be pretty strong to go out there and be like, guys, hell no. Fuck this, bro.
relationship reflected the
That's
exact
impressive.
situation that Fresh and Fit were trying to warn him about. But before we dive deeper, I want to talk about one of the most disturbing industries in America, data brokers. They provide reports like this, talk about what car you drive, vulnerable,
Good
and
shit.
you shouldn't
Good
either.
shit.
Despite the
Good-
episode
good-
ending relatively
Okay.
cordially, members of the Flagrant and Fresh and Fit podcast would trade shots at each other over the next few years. But tensions reached a boiling point when Myron of the Fresh and Fit podcast called out Akash and his wife Jasleen. He tweeted, "Akash Singh tried to lecture me about women years ago. Here's his wife making a mockery of him and herself on a podcast." And linked below was a full episode of the Main Character podcast hosted by Jasleen Singh and her friend Nahal Mawani. The women described
I don't
their
understand how you.
podcast as unfiltered.
I'm gonna be honest. How do you sit there and allow your not allow? Actually, allow yourself to be with someone that goes on a podcast and talks about other people's dicks and how, oh yeah, I want to fuck this dude and da 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 da. Like low self-esteem. But like, do you not have friends though? Yo, if I had a girlfriend and she hopped on a podcast talking about how much she want to fuck other niggas and all this stuff, yo, my friends and my family would not allow me to stay with that person at all. They be like, listen, bro, it's over. It's done. Like, there ain't nothing there for you.
girl talk and sells itself as being for the ones who live life like the plot revolves around them.
Maybe that's
because
just the
it
people I
does.
keep around
This
me, bro.
description on the surface is relatively harmless, but once you take a closer look at the podcast itself, you see that this description is extremely accurate. Two women who think they're the main characters of the world talking about themselves with absolutely no filter. One comment that stood out in this episode was where Jasleen discusses her and her husband's finances.
Man that doesn't want to have a joint bank account or isn't being transparent with his accounts or has separate accounts, that's a red flag. And I will say it again because I know there's going to be already like incel troll mother. This is not a two-way street. This is a one-way street. His money is our money and my money is my money. And look, have I only made $600 from content creating?
Wow, I went up
Sure.
$100 from last week.
But that's my money.
Nah, but this is actually true though, chat. Like, deadass, that's kind of how it goes. Now, I ain't saying it's right. You can argue with whatever way you want to argue. But typically, it's kind of how it goes.
Okay? So just so we're clear, no, that's actually a red flag because I know so many girls in my life personally that have been with guys that weren't transparent about money and they ended up being terrible in other aspects and like people ended up breaking up in divorces, et cetera, et cetera. So that is actually my number one. They must be generous with their finances from day one.
For context, Jasleen is not a celebrity by any means. She does not have a job of her own and has only been able to build her internet following thanks to her husband supplementing her lifestyle. And this is not a dig at her at all. She talks about this a lot in her content, and some even think she brags about it.
Okay.
Not anymore. I don't think couples can survive this day and age. It was like that still. I mean, yeah, AJ, I get what you're saying, but all I'm saying is typically what I'm used to growing up seeing was a lot of, listen, bro, nigga making his money, he paying for what, like the main shit, and then she has her money to go do, you know what I mean, her own shit, and then that's kind of just the way it goes.
Okay, hi, my name is Jasleen.
I don't
and
know.
These are things that I do as a stay-at-home wife. Or sorry, I don't do. I don't cook, I don't clean, and I don't do my husband's laundry. I feel that I don't have.
Now that's crazy. Yo, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Like, this isn't even not even a gender role thing, bro. If one person's out there busting their ass working and everything, bro, and you chilling in the crib all day, you gotta at least come on, bro. You gotta do something. You ain't gonna cook. You can't even do the damn laundry, bro. Like, damn. You like, come on, bro. It's a team. Not clean is where you lose me. All of it's where I got lost, bro. Because I don't understand. Like, what the hell do you do at home? Well, I'm trying to think. You're sitting in the crib doing nothing. So, like, what do you do? on a day. You know what I mean, chat? Like dead ass. What do you do on a day-to-day basis? How many TV shows can you watch before you're like, damn, bro? Yo, guys, I'm not gonna lie. When I took this break, I didn't stream for 9 days. Okay. Now I streamed for what 26 days straight. I didn't stream for 9 days. Okay. I took a break and I was chilling, spending time with family, holidays, that type of stuff, right? Guys, holy shit. I started hating it. Like, oh my, like, bro, 9 days of not doing much and like resting and relaxing is so ass. Wow. Can't do it. Can't do it, bro. Never again. Well, nah, that's a lie. Not gonna say never again. But damn, bro, it's like you're just sitting there, you're like, what am I gonna do today? I don't know. You better than me? I don't know, bro. It felt like a bum, bro. Like dead ass. And I know I literally I did a lot, but I felt like a bum. Guys, I started watching Naruto. Naruto pretty cool. Self dates, brother. I spent a bag on Christmas and all that stuff. I'm not taking myself out on no dates. I did see Marty Supreme though. That was cool. I'm not taking myself out on no dates, bro. Hell no. So you're saying you're streaming 365 this year? No, I'm not. Actually, not at all. One, it's the 5th of January. Two, um, I think at the end of the month, chat, I'm not gonna be live for some days in a row. And I don't know. I'm gonna be live. I think I'm gonna be live more. I'm gonna be live 100% more than I was last year. But no, I'm not doing no 360 days straight or whatever the fuck. I remember an old lady saying one time that a lot of women that have this mentality of my husband should be the provider, but I provide absolutely nothing. That way, because they saw what their fathers did for their mothers in them, without understanding what the mother was doing for the father behind the scenes. That would make some sense, AJ. I'm gonna be pretty consistent though, chat. Trust.
Have to do
Believe
things
it.
to justify or prove my worth that I'm allowed to do this.
Now, some may interpret this as just jokes, but she also frequently posts day in my life videos where she romanticizes her routine of doing essentially nothing all day long.
I actually do this. I just do this. Like, I sit here. This.
Now, if this is the agreement this couple has in their relationship, then that's fine. It is what it is. Being a stay-at-home wife or mother is absolutely nothing to be ashamed of.
My mom was a stay-at-home mom for a minute, but then again, she was a stay-at-home mom. Like, she was doing stuff. You feel me? I don't know.
But it's the aggressive tone and entitlement she gives off that has earned her the label of a gold digger, something that she subtly
She was
implies to
working,
be.
then she got pregnant, and then she became a stay-at-home mom.
No, it's not.
Okay, then I'm digging.
Yeah.
If that wasn't bad enough, Ghislaine frequently discusses other men that she would like to cheat on her husband with.
Bringing Pat back. We're bringing back Pat the Big 260. I don't know.
I never watched that show.
I'm watching this
but,
one, though.
like, he's on my hall pass list.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Chase Crawford, Jacob Elordi, Austin Butler.
Now, some people see the whole celebrity crush thing as unserious because the celebrity feels so
Y'all got hall
distant,
passes,
so
chat?
unreachable, that it's basically the same thing as fantasizing about a fictional character. Like, it's not really cheating because in their minds the situation is so unrealistic that it becomes harmless. Others see this as straight up openly admitting they'd hook up with someone else that wasn't their husband because celebrities are just people too, after all.
No.
Him in that movie, like, did kind of, like, rewire my sexual
But is that your
chemistry.
type, Ranbir Kapoor?
Not anymore, but, like, he was so hot and
Yeah.
tall, and he's like, Mera Naam Bunny, like, Bugs Bunny, and I was like, okay.
But Ghislaine didn't just openly fantasize
What's a
about
hall pass? A hall pass is someone, like, you're like, listen, if I fuck her, it's not cheating. Like, nigga would be like, it's not cheating if Ice Spice wants to have sex with me because that's Ice Spice. Some shit like that. But I think it's kind of dumb I can't. I personally can't date a woman that wants a fucking hall pass. Thought you talk about actual hall pass? No, no, no. I'm not built for this new age shit. That's actually been a thing forever, Yeezy. Um, I don't understand it because like, especially this day and age, I'm not gonna lie. Celebrities, you ever want to talk to a girl and a celebrity takes her from you? It can't just be me. It can't be. It's happened to me. All right. It's happened to me twice or three times. It's happened to me 3 times. One time I was in high school. Fucked up. You know how fucked up it is to be in high school and you was a Nets player? No, it was Jay Critch. Shoot. You gotta start playing defense. You up now, spin back. Hell no, bro. Guys, it's not that. Oh, for you, it was a Nets player? The rapper that like children or something? Well, we will have a conversation about Jay Critch one day. We need to. All right. One day. They jump a Jay Critch? Jay Critch? Yeah, Jay Critch. Try to talk to a girl. She posts on Snapchat. She backstage at a Jay Critch concert. Oh my God, nigga. Oh my God, bro. Oh my God. Oh my God, man. Yo, Jay Critch. Nah. Shout out Jay Critch, bro. Shout out. Nah, it's actually not shout out Jay Critch. That nigga's hell.
Sleeping with other famous men, she quite literally admitted to wanting to sleep with her co-host husband, Nav.
Would y'all ever have an together with your husband?
Anyway.
I'm actively trying to have an because this couple is so good looking, and you haven't seen Nav yet, but wait till you see him. His body goes crazy. His face part always slays, never declines. And it's kind of weird because I'm talking about your husband.
No, I kind of love it, but
Wait. It's her husband?
I'm like, us for it? Okay, maybe.
I just know that Nav's dick is like at least 10 inches.
You would only be down for an orgy
or it's thick. It's thick.
The original question was a joke about all four of them sleeping together.
Oh.
However, Jasleen only talks about Nav and never mentions her own husband, even excluding him from the hypothetical and talking about a three-person situation. Nahal clearly attempts to steer the conversation back to the dynamic being four people to respect Akash, while Jasleen continues to fantasize about Nav. Once again, you could argue that Jasleen is just joking. When you joke about something over and over again,
all good jokes contain what, Chet?
especially in a short period of time, you start to wonder if there's a little bit of truth to that. Even while talking about her husband in a positive light, Jasleen can't help but imply that Nav is a better husband than her own. To make matters worse, only minutes later in the podcast, they bring their husbands on, where Akash is forced to sit next to the man his wife was just fantasizing about having sex with.
Oh, damn. He does kind of mog this nigga, though, bro. Damn. That's tough.
And she once again brings up having a threesome with Nahal and Nav while Akash is sitting right there.
I'm a hustler who scams a little bit. I'm not a scammer who hustles.
I'm not gonna lie, that was sexy, and that's why I'm actively trying to have an orgy.
Even at the end of the episode, Jasleen once again, completely unprovoked, states that she wants to sleep with Nav.
On the main character pod, we love you, we hate you,
I guess
we respect
we
you.
love you, but I actually love you in one of all of them.
You would be hard-pressed to make a compelling argument that Ghislaine is only joking when she brought up this topic multiple times. And when we get to hear from Akash directly about his perspective of their relationship, you almost get this sense of relief from him that he finally
good,
can
Timo?
express how he really feels about Ghislaine's behavior.
When she's running 2 hours late to a dinner reservation that I worked really hard to get, and then I'm like, baby, we're running late, and she's like, are you kidding me? Do you know? I don't give a if we're late to this dinner. They're lucky to have us. And I'm like, oh, that's what we're doing? #1 restaurant in the New York Times. You know how hard a reservation
Yeah, she's like, call them right now. Call them right now. This is not a fun
I'm
session.
not even joking. This is how main character I am. I was like, Sema will be lucky that I would grace them with my presence tonight.
Ghislaine seems to think that being
she's
the
kind of
main
annoying.
character means being as entitled and rude as possible, with no regard for anyone else's personal feelings. Stories like these demonstrate that Ghislaine's selfish demeanor isn't just played up for laughs on a podcast, but exists within her real life as well. Akash comes
Bro, she kind of just a loser though, right? Like she not even funny. How do you marry someone like this? Gang, it's got to be his first girl. Listen, I don't mean to. Know what? I'm gonna psychoanalyze a little bit here. Okay, I'm gonna walk y'all through why this is happening. Okay. If you look at him objectively, not many people would call this man a handsome guy. Okay. And you can say what you want about this woman, but she's pretty. She's very pretty. And he believes that he's out of his league, right? So he believes that he's out of his league and he got lucky to be with this attractive ass girl. So he's like, no matter what, I can't fuck this up because at the end of the day, I get to sleep next to her. And that is probably 100% of the reason why he's still with her. That's just me being real. That's probably what it is.
isn't just played up for laughs on a podcast, but exists within her real life as well. Akash
He needs
comes
some
off
more
visibly
self-confidence.
frustrated when talking about his wife's toxic behavior, turning it into a therapy session for him where he can finally let out his pent-up rage.
When I say I'm tired, she can't just let me be tired. I travel, I work, and I'm very blessed to do what I
And
do.
he also
I
has
work.
really bad insomnia.
I have
It's
really
like a
bad
known
insomnia.
thing.
I work 335 days a year. I'm so blessed to do what I do. This is not a complaint. But when I tell my wife I'm tired, I want her to say, I'm sorry, baby. I understand. That must be exhausting, buying me all these things. Instead, she goes, so am I. And if I dare open my mouth to go, what the did you do that made you tired? Now it's a problem. Now it's a fight. So I
What
gotta
do
sit
you mean?
there.
I went to Pilates.
Oh, that's what I'm
FaceTimed
saying.
a-hole.
Now, there definitely
I ain't gonna lie, Pilates will tire you out though.
is a humorous delivery to the story that Akash is telling, but it does seem to be rooted in genuine problems he has with his relationship. Ghislaine displays an extremely selfish and entitled mindset, both on the podcast
Is this some TikTok lady? She's kind of popping on TikTok. What's going on with this video? This dude's a cuck, damn near. Wait, he was a virgin before? Oh, he was a virgin, AJ? Wait, say you swear. Oh, that also makes a lot of sense. Hey, bro. Yeah, she told him she was too? Well, that's a lie. What the hell?
and in their real life. Are we really meant to believe that all of this is just funny, just jokes? Well, ironically, that's basically how Akash justifies putting up with this behavior.
It's adorable when she does these things. Like, I just look at it and here's the rule in our marriage. It's been unspoken, but now we're just saying it now that we're both making content. If it's funny, we're good. Like, if it's funny, and if it's not funny and it hurt the other person's feelings, you apologize, you move on.
Any logical person understands this is an extremely slippery slope, because literally anything can be passed off as a joke or an attempt to make a joke. Like this video she posted to TikTok where you can hear them both chuckling from time to time, but it's clear they are both frustrated and quite literally just
Blue Cap is the girl's husband? No, this is the girl's husband. Yeezy. Blue Cap, well, Blue Cap is the other girl.
Having an argument.
Do you know what my husband just tried to do to me?
Yeah.
We're leaving. Shut up. We're leaving in Paris in 5 hours, so tensions are a little high. We also just redid our closet.
This is all her closet now. She took the whole closet.
which we already agreed upon.
And now she's saying she doesn't have no space.
And now I'm saying I don't have space for all my. I don't have space for. Can you show?
Yeah.
I don't have space for all my Indian suits because I like my dresses spaced out. Do you know what Akash just did?
Here you go. Watch this. Oh my God.
I'm not doing that.
What do you mean you're not doing that? What?
Space exists.
I'm not doing that.
So what do you want to do? You want to buy a separate house with all hanger space?
No.
In another video, she documents her being stressed out about packing for a lavish vacation in the wealthiest area of America, which is only a 3-hour drive from their apartment.
Okay, so me and my husband are supposed to leave tonight to go to the Hamptons for 2 weeks, and I haven't even packed anything yet. So I was just like, I'm really stressed. Like, I don't want to go tonight because I still have to pack. I haven't even started. I have to finish my laundry.
Really, I know this is a really hard day. What did you do again?
Oh, today?
Yeah.
I had a mani-pedi.
Oh, wow, that's so stressful.
Wait, and I had a massage.
It's how stressful to go to the Hamptons for 2 weeks. The Hamptons, Hawaii.
Akash puts up with Jaslene's selfish behavior
Wow.
and entitlement because he thinks they are just cute jokes. But it clearly isn't just jokes. Jasleen even says that Akash's birthday is her least favorite day of the year because it's the only day she can't be mean to him.
Okay, May the 4th is Akash's birthday. And
May the 4th be with you.
Yes.
Yeah, and every year I dread it because I have to be nice the whole day, and I have
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. I say this all the time. I think this one's a joke.
to get him something.
Okay,
and I
but
have
that's
to
not a joke.
also be nice and do like acts
said
of
that twice.
kindness.
She said,
really
you said
not
that twice?
okay with
That's a
You
joke.
said that twice?
She's really not okay with it.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, it's really hard.
For her, it's really hard.
Yeah, like Jax's birthday was some bullshit this year, bro. Well, I guess last year. Like, bro, it was Jax's birthday, and I forget Jax said or did something, bro. And I wanted to say something to Jax, but I couldn't. It was his fucking birthday. I had to be like, damn, bro. Like, I gotta be nice to this nigga, bro. That shit fucking sucks sometimes.
She needs to just,
Listen, I'm just used to being treated like a princess all day, every day. So that one day that I don't,
Oh, what torture.
yeah.
You
Akash
feel
is
me?
the-
Like, y'all gotta be nice to me on my birthday. You know what I mean? And I know y'all don't like being nice to me. Who? Y'all. You, Sid, you guys gotta be nice to me on my birthday. What the fuck do you mean, no, you don't? Yes, you do.
Indian Will Smith. Bro, Akash married the girl Fresh and Fit warned you not to marry. She's the
Who said
embodiment
that?
of what Fresh
Baze, you don't even know when my birthday is, Baze. Okay? I'm always nice, though. I forgot your birthday. It wasn't in my calendar. Dude. Whatever, man.
Fresh and Fit said to avoid. Akash's rejection of Fresh and Fit's ideology now looked more like a
November
defensive
3rd. You know what, Faulty? You tried. And that's what matters.
response born out of insecurity, considering her previous comments about her cheating on her husband, the unapologetically consumerist lifestyle that he funds, and the clear unsettling tension she has with Akash made many question what her true motives were in the relationship. Many viewed Jasleen as a gold digger who had no.
When's the last time I was mean to anyone? Addie. Yeah, Addie today.
No actual emotional or romantic tie to the man that she married, and these sentiments would only grow stronger as people took notice of a very strange pattern of behavior, that being her tendency to avoid kissing Akash, and even straight up dodging his kisses when he tries to initiate.
I don't know
She's a
anything.
good liar.
Then she's a good liar.
That's a friend that lies for you and not to you.
And this was not just a one-time
Yeah.
occurrence. Entire compilations have been created showing just how often Ghislaine avoids kissing her own husband. To make matters worse, not only did she dodge a kiss from Akash during their marriage proposal, but she also dodged his kiss a second time when he proposed to have their vows renewed. But Ghislaine says it's nothing more than her being uncomfortable with public displays of affection.
I'll also respond to the people saying I don't like my husband because I turned away from a kiss. I've never liked PDA. Physical touch, I find it really overstimulating, and so it's something I actually work through with my husband because that's his love language.
Now, having issues with PDA are extremely common. However, it is worth considering all of the other things Ghislaine has no problem doing on camera. She's constantly talking about sex on her podcast and on her TikTok, not to mention the fact that she posted an entire video where she is clearly not wearing any pants, getting treatment for a bruise she got during sex, and as if
Hey, bro, I ain't gonna lie. She can't be that uncomfortable. Like,
if it couldn't get worse, she also flirts with the doctor.
Also, I heard you're single. Is that true?
We're gonna go back to treating.
So she has no problem posting herself having very graphic conversations, half-naked videos of herself, and flirting with other men, but she draws the line at giving her own husband a kiss. Just doesn't really make sense. Not only did Ghislaine look extremely shady, it now seemed like she was perfectly comfortable with lying about her relationship to make herself look better. And it turns out she wasn't just lying to her small audience, she was also lying to her own husband as well. Now, Ghislaine constantly claiming that she has main character energy is particularly interesting. This is supposed to mean that you are liberated from others' judgment and confident in yourself. But for some, saying you have main character energy is just an acceptable way to admit that you are a narcissist.
I was gonna
and
say.
narcissists tend to lie about everything, which is why many refused to believe Ghislaine when she said that she was a virgin before meeting Akash. Akash has previously stated that he and Ghislaine were
I don't know why he fell for that shit. Hey, bro. Nah, you see, here's the problem though, chat. Like, niggas gonna take it as me being like a misogynist or something. But I mean, look, bro. If you have that conversation with a woman, they gonna lie to you. And that's okay. It's not okay. They gonna lie to you though. 9 times out of 10. What's good, Shy? 9 times out of 10. True. Now, for whatever reasons, people got their reasons. Some valid, some not valid. It is what it is. But it's true. That's all right. It is what it is. We too grown to care about body counts. To a certain extent. I mean, I don't really care, but there's certain numbers that are egregious, Baze.
both virgins before they met.
My wife also hadn't had any partner, so that helped us connect a lot more.
Now, let me ask you this: do you believe her?
If you've seen her, then it's hard to believe.
Yeah.
I remember I was just like, what?
Ghislaine, in a separate podcast, made the same statement.
I was at the point where I was ready because I don't know if you told her because I was.
Oh no, I didn't know you were a virgin too.
So I was a virgin too when I met him.
However, posts made by Ghislaine herself tell a completely different story, like the one where she reminisces on the days she spent in college, passing herself around to other men.
Sometimes I
3 digits when you're in your 20s is crazy, but besides that, I don't really care. 3 digits at any age is crazy. I don't care if you're on your deathbed. Why? What the hell were you doing to get to triple digits?
get so painfully nostalgic for college. So for context, I went to college from 2011 to 2016. I was popping my and living my best life in these white boy frat houses, and I had a roster of guys that I would rotate.
Now, technically, she doesn't say that she was sleeping with them, but it is heavily implied. And
You're right,
despite
Baze.
many feeling like they caught her in a lie, she surprisingly doubled down in a response to the criticism, claiming that she did, in fact, lose her virginity to Akash. Even though Ghislaine has
Anything over 20 is nuts. I disagree, but I hear you.
disabled the comments on her social media, preventing anyone from criticizing her on her own page, she still sees the backlash, and her justification for acting the way she does
15 is
online
nuts?
just makes
Nah.
everything so much worse. Ghislaine has made a few public responses on her TikTok where she claims that she is being canceled, which is funny because she has nothing to be canceled from. She has no show to be fired from.
For a man, you need 50 plus before you settle down. No, no, the fuck you don't. Hey, bro, if you ain't got, bro, just like getting gym badges, nigga. Hey, bro, you need all 8 gym badges before you go to that goddamn Elite Four. You better not be in no relationship unless you got 50 bodies. You must get your training gear so your wife can get the best experience. You could like grow with your wife though. You know what I mean? Like you could like you could always do that. You feel me? But hey, I mean it's your life, bro. It's your life. You do what you do.
No brand deal to lose, no job, no platform that anyone could realistically
Y'all could just
take
get in
away
the
from
gym
her.
together.
In the last few years, cancel culture has become such a buzzword that people will use as a shield against any form of criticism. If an influencer or celebrity frames their criticism as, oh, they're just trying to cancel
Jada
me,
and Will
a certain
method?
group of
Nah,
viewers
Jada
will
was.
immediately jump to their defense without doing any
It's
research.
all good. Never mind.
They hear the word cancel and assume it's just another example of people online trying to ruin someone's life for no reason. But Ghislaine is the one who decided to blurt out all of this stuff about her relationship to
Happy
the
New
internet,
Year's, bro.
and she's being criticized for it. It's that
If
simple.
you just fucking the fuck, I'm good. Hey, bro, listen. Hey, you know what? I digress.
But she mostly chalks up all the negative attention to just coming from red pillars and incels trying to cancel her because she doesn't fit the traditional wife role.
When you're a simple little boy, it just breaks their brain that a girl can like just be loved for simply existing.
You know
My
how you
husband
get
loves me
down?
for
No, I
simply
don't. Don't even
existing.
do that.
I don't
bro.
have to cook or clean to justify my worth.
Now, nobody is saying that she needs to cook.
I said a lot, Baze. You know what? You're right. I can't get into it, bro. But listen, like, bro, 15 plus is not crazy. Okay, 15 plus is not crazy, Ruck. And Ruck, like, you got 15? No, I don't have 15. I've said how many bodies I have. It's not a lot. It's on one hand. If you got more than the states, you're cooked to me. That's not crazy. That's not crazy. I don't know though, but in Jersey though, they be fucking to fuck in Jersey. To be honest, like in Jersey, they just be. No, it's not. What do you mean 4.25? No. What's good, Zion? I hate the term body count, not gonna lie. That's fair. Yeah, nah, Jersey got inflation. Jersey got inflated numbers. I ain't gonna lie, like most of the people I knew graduated high school with 10. Like, you feel me? Like niggas was going crazy. Niggas was going crazy in Jersey, bro. I was one of the few people that graduated my high school as a virgin. Like, and because I was like damn near the only virgin that I knew, I just lied and said I was fucking. I wasn't fucking. I lied. I ain't gonna lie. Happens. I've heard 50 plus on that campus, man. That shit is light work. That is. That is, bro. On the campus. Bro, this girl I went to school with, chat. She went to she was at a college party, right? And I mean, this wasn't her having sex, right? But every time she made out with a nigga or did more at a party, she gave herself a tally mark, right? And she would keep on posting every single time she got a new tally mark at that party. I kid you not. By the end of that party, bro, she had made out with like 30 plus niggas, bro. Bro, just full of tally marks all over the body, bro. Hey, that's just, hey, man. You know, she was over there. Now you gotta think, she making out with 30 niggas. I'm not gonna say that she had sex with 30 niggas. But I am gonna say that at least 5. Nah, but New Jersey deadass got inflation though, bro. I'm not like Jersey deadass got inflation. Like, if you don't have 10 bodies in Jersey, you're like a fucking shiny Pokemon, bro. I don't know. Like, that shit is actually unbelievable. Depending on where you are, it's worse. Yeah, like Bates, where I am, Bates. I mean, like where I am, and I guess kind of where you are. You know, it's bad, bro. It is awful. Why my dad just sent me a picture of a Bulbasaur in Costco and said they have Pokemon? What? Yo, thanks, Dad. Like, what? I think on average, an average person here, I've heard like 35. That's believable. That's believable. Is this a reason to not go to America? Diana, it depends on what you're trying to get into in America. 25, 35, yeah, that makes sense, babes. I ain't gonna lie. Like, Jersey got inflated numbers. So, it is what it is. Like, bro, I mean, y'all know I went to school with a girl. She had to announce her retirement from giving head. Do you know how much of a demon you have to announce your retirement? You have to tell niggas that you don't suck dick anymore? Nigga, you hanging your jersey up in the rafters? Nigga, you're retiring from sucking dick? How is that? Yo, bro. Y'all know how crazy that is to hang the jersey up? I'm trying to tell you, bro. Different times, bro. Schools, different times. There was fucking in libraries, staircases, all types of shit. I don't suck dick anymore. I swear to God. Hey, bro. Niggas seen that video, bro. I showed y'all that video. I'm dead ass. She hung her jersey up at the rafters. Library? Yeah, bro. When niggas trying to study. Bro, I'm a little nerd. I'm in 7th grade. I'm trying to play Minecraft on the computers in the library, right? After school. Right? I'm trying to play Minecraft. Nigga said, yo, Brandon, come here, come here, come here. I'm like, what's going on? He said, bro, hold your ear up to the bathroom door. I was like, what's going on in the bathroom? Right? But we got to whisper. I put my ear up to the door. They fucking. They fucking in that bathroom. He was in 8th grade. She was in 7th grade. They fucking in the bathroom. Right? And then, like, we get out, later, niggas try to make fun of her for it. And bro, y'all, like, see, I hate telling stories because y'all gonna be thinking I'm lying. But she was like, she dead ass say it didn't count because it was anal. She said it was anal. Like, I'm still a virgin. Like, it was anal. And I was like, bro, that might be even crazier. Anal in the library bathroom, you fucking freaks. Like, we are in middle school. It, like, you know what I mean? They did the back of the bus in my school. That makes sense. That makes sense. Bro. And then years later, she was flirting with me. It was my senior year of high school. She was flirting with me. I walked away. Was good discharged. I walked away. Because every time I looked at her face, all I could hear is the sounds of her getting fucked in that library bathroom. Is that shallow of me? I don't know. I don't think so. I think that's perfectly valid. some things, bro, you just can't unhear. Like that's like you feel me? That's like a a core part of my middle school memories. Got to give people second chances. I wasn't taught love, not in high school, bro. I wasn't ready for that. Worst place I seen some shit was in the gym during a pep rally. What's the worst? I told y'all. Wait. I did this on stream, right? Where I walked y'all through it. It was when I was running the mile and they was fucking in the bushes. Or maybe she just gave head in the bushes. I can't remember exactly what went on. But we went to go run the mile and they went crazy in the bushes. Worst place I've done, worst place I've seen others, worst place I've seen others. Back to the vid, you're right, bro. Let me get back to the video. I got distracted.
Clean and fits
Or clean to justify my worth.
Now, nobody is saying
What's
that
good,
she needs to
Norfie?
cook and clean and fit some
Oh, Norfi?
1950s
Y'all
idea
freaky?
of a trad
I
wife to
wasn't
have
involved.
value. The issue is that publicly romanticizing other men, joking about cheating, and openly fantasizing about life before your husband isn't empowerment, it's disrespect. It's not about gender roles, it's about basic partnership and companionship. And her mentality and behavior influencing others is potentially harmful to relationships or even single people all around the world. Her second response came a few days later, after people had thoroughly scrubbed through her digital footprint. Ghislaine should have realized at this point that it was more than just incels coming after her, but she does make an interesting point about the criticism she was receiving.
Why are you mad if me and my husband are cool with each other, if we both make jokes at each other's expense? The difference is my husband will go on stage and say whatever the he wants about me. No one has anything to say. It's like, oh my God, it's so funny, it's so relatable. But then I come on TikTok and I make jokes and now you have a problem.
You come on TikTok and say you want to fuck his co-host, but I digress. My parents never played that. Worst I did in high school was kiss some girls. It's fair enough.
Because I don't have a mic in my hand?
Ironically, yes. If she did have a microphone in her hand, it would be way different. If she was trying to make it as a stand-up comic and her material focused around her
But almost been following for 5 years, man. Man still don't know my name. Is it Norfie? I can never remember, bro. I always forget. It's not my fault.
her being a gold digger or
Norfie.
cheating on
Yeah,
her
okay, yeah.
husband,
That
people
makes
would
sense.
likely assume that she's being self-deprecating
I'm bad with
and not
names,
to take
bro.
her as seriously. Because when you are on stage with a mic, people understand that it is a form of performance art that was thought about, written, practiced, and perfected
Nice
over
ego.
time. But she isn't selling herself as a comedian. Her podcast is branded as Unfiltered
Fair,
Girl
fair,
Talk,
fair.
which implies that Ghislaine is offering her honest thoughts and feelings while present.
I know you
Not to
are, that's
mention
why I
that the
bully you.
same things she tries to pass off as
Look, he's making fun of my issues. That's fucked up. It's fucked up.
as jokes, she also attempts to justify as valid opinions she
Oh,
genuinely
now you're making fun of my
has. Also,
stutter.
her TikTok is quite literally
Oh.
a behind-the-scenes look at her real
Okay.
life and real dynamics with her husband. She is picking and choosing what should be considered as jokes and what is serious to, again, deflect criticism. This is likely the exact same thing she does to Akash in their personal relationship, which is why he doesn't even realize
Formative
he is being
stutter.
disrespected
Stuttering
and
runs in my
humiliated.
family.
Akash certainly complains about his relationship while
y'all.
doing stand-up.
My wife is objectively gorgeous. Me, no. So that's what you got to do. I got to work my ass off, and then every time she starts looking at me and she starts assessing my beauty, I just throw a bag at that. Chest pass. I'm telling you,
Okay, but that was kind of funny.
ladies, if you have a good guy, do you know what he needs? A vacation. You hear it all the time. A relationship is hard work. Marriage is a job. Well, every good job gives you 2 weeks vacation. And if you have a good man, I promise you I know what his dream vacation is. Because every good guy's dream vacation is your vacation. Go somewhere. Go anywhere you want.
But in a more personal
I saw that yap about Randers being better than Braun and the NBA player being better than Braun. He didn't stutter once. He literally did stutter when he was in my. He literally did. What? whatever.
setting, like a podcast for example, Akash is significantly more graceful when talking about his wife.
She just says everything she's feeling at whatever moment. It's done. She just tells me when she's pissed off at me. It just all comes out. It took me a while to appreciate that because initially I'm like, why are you so combative? What's this about? God damn, stop fighting with me all the time. And then I was like, oh no, she just lets it out and she's free. All these little social niceties that we all do where we just lie.
Bro took the simping crown from Will Smith. Feeling the pressure from all the backlash, Akash started interrupting his stand-up performances to talk about social media drama. As one fan wrote, I went to the 7 p.m. show last night and it was extremely awkward. He was clearly not processing the situation well and he ended the set 20 minutes early. He spent the first 10 to 15 minutes of the set talking about the controversy, how his wife has been loyal to him, and everything she has been saying is just jokes and is fine with him. No one in the crowd knew how to take this information, and I truly believe that the majority of fans there had no idea any of this was going on. This only made him spending like 1/3 of his set on it even more awkward. He then proceeded to jokingly call his wife a whore every time he brought her up, which was just not helping. I think it ruined his whole set and the mood never recovered, which I think is why he ended early.
Okay, well, that's... Hey, fuck.
Other fans recalled a similar experience, and they all seemed to share the sentiment that Akash was clearly rattled by the ordeal and his performance was suffering as a result. One fan even claimed that he asked beforehand if the crowd had heard about the drama and was relieved to find out most of them hadn't.
Damn, bro. I'm sorry, man. Yeah, that's still his wife, and his wife is going. That's a tough situation to be in, bro. Tough situation.
Someone else recorded a recent performance Akash did in which he tries to explain
We're just getting a
why
narrative
he
on
thinks
today's
his
stream.
wife
What you mean?
Isn't what the internet says she is.
These narratives, people calling your wife a gold digger and a whore, all these other things, it's a shame. So I'm gonna tell one story that I have never even told her, honestly. My wife and I met in 2014. I was not making much money. I was getting 25.
We're just reacting to a video.
I was on MTV shows that paid dog shit money. But then in 2018, I went flat broke. 34 years old, I probably made $4,000 that entire year. And we couldn't even afford the living room we lived in New York City. Me and her sleeping on a hardwood floor. I'm 34 years old. She's 25 years old. I'm looking at this girl like, man, you could go be with an Indian who's a doctor. I have nothing to give her. It's just a light jacket. It's like October. We have nothing. So I hand her the jacket, and then she said, what's this for? I said, you can use that as a pillow. And then she goes, well, what are you going to use? And I said, I'll figure it out. She handed me back the jacket. She goes, you take this. And then she laid with her head on my chest and her arm around me the entire night.
Wait a minute. Yo, Norvie, thank you for the 50 bits, bro. Nah, wait a minute, though. I get being broke, okay, chat? But here's my question. At one point, he did have pillows, right? What happened to the pillows? Like, did they get rid of the pillow? What the fuck? Did they sell the fucking pillows? Norfie, thank you for the 50 bits again, bro. Like, I'm like, what the fuck happened to the pillows that you had? You had to sell, like, no way you had to sell the pillows. How much are you selling a pillow for? This don't make any sense.
And I remember thinking in that moment, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to marry this girl because I'm so broken. I'm in such a bad place.
Thank you for the 6 bits, Sin.
Time in my life, but I know
Never
I will
mind.
never find a girl that loves me this much ever again.
Now this paints the narrative of a girl who was loyal to the core to a man who was at his lowest moment, and therefore deserves the fruits of his success. But there is a few key details that...
What'd you say, beat-ups? How the fuck I'm supposed to find a woman with the woman my age dating fucking broke, homeless 34-year-olds? Yo, beat-ups, you're in the wrong lobbies, bro. That's what it is. You're in the wrong lobbies, beat-ups. You gotta go to the right lobbies. You in some shitty elo, bro. You gotta up the elo and you'll be straight. Cause ain't no way all the women you know dated broke 34-year-old niggas.
he left out, because shortly after this story that Akash explained of them sleeping on the floor, Ghislaine did actually leave him, but then came back to him when his career was revived. Akash says that he
did you just call me ugly? No, I'm saying that the women you're talking to are not in the right circles, B Dubs. Clearly. Like you gotta talk to someone that got like her wits about her, her wits about her or something, nigga. You over there talking to crazy women and women that are attracted to broke 30-year-olds. That's not good. You gotta up your elo.
And came back to him when his career
She
was
left him?
revived. Akash says that he made nearly no money during the first 4 years of their relationship and then went broke in 2018. However, they both have publicly claimed that he was making a six-figure salary in 2017.
He was getting a lot of work from MTV. Like his first show was Wildin' Out, and then he did Guy Code, and he was just like on a bunch of MTV shows, and he was able to like reach a six-figure salary, which at the time was really huge for us. But then in 2018, like all of the opportunities started to dry up. He was kind of aging out of the MTV bracket, and he wasn't really getting any attention from the industry.
So you were on a six. This is the shit I be talking about. How the fuck you on a six-figure salary? You're making all this bread. You get an apartment with a bed, and then all of a sudden 2018 hits and the pillows are gone. I hate when niggas tell stories that don't make no fucking sense, bro. What happened to the damn pillows and the blankets and the bed? I don't understand what happened to them. They're there. They don't just disappear. You don't just go broke and all of a sudden you don't have pillows anymore. MTV owned the pillows. Like, bro, would y'all buy a used pillow? Serious question. Like, I don't even think, like, you're not buying a used pillow. So, like, Lil Bubba's means with the wound that contributes absolutely nothing while draining his bank account. I get that, AJ. I get going broke. I don't understand his story talking about we were living in an apartment. I stopped making money, so we started sleeping on the floor instead. Why? The bed is still there. Just sleep in the bed that you had last year. Sleep in the damn bed. I don't understand, bro. This is stupid.
Much losing all his income, and at the same time I was working a really toxic job with like a toxic manager and like working till 2 a.m, and it just caused a lot of stress on our relationship.
I had like 7 MTV shows. I wasn't making crazy money. I was making like low six figures, but my girlfriend at the time, she moved into our place, and then all of a sudden, end of 2017, all the shows started suddenly getting canceled one by one. So I went from making like a low six figures, nothing crazy, but six figures in 2017 to 2018, probably making like $4,000 for the whole year. I'm not even exaggerating.
Jasleen actually did end up dumping Akash during this dark time, sparked by what she claims was a fight between her and Akash's mother. Then the two eventually got back together months later, and conveniently enough, Akash's Flagrant podcast was just starting to blow up and was making $10,000 a month in Patreon revenue. Akash and Jasleen starting to blow up.
Yeah, they get back together.
And was making $10,000 a month in Patreon revenue. Akash and Jasleen finally decided to sit down and address all of the backlash on the Flagrant podcast. Andrew and the guys created this trial where they pretended to investigate Jasleen and ask her all of the tough questions that the internet is demanding answers to. What's funny is that everyone seems to be enjoying this besides Akash. He is easily the least animated one throughout the pod and seems like he just wants to get this thing over with. Now, the two didn't say anything that we haven't heard before. Jasleen basically chalks everything up to being just a joke or exaggerated because most people don't contextualize her background and upbringing.
Have you ever heard of the repressed Catholic schoolgirl?
Never.
I was, yeah, you know. Okay.
Yeah.
So I
His Catholic school was in his living room. Imagine how repressed he was.
I was a repressed Indian girl that I didn't even watch Jersey Shore in high school because I felt it to be too inappropriate. So when I got to college, I'm like, oh my God, I can dress however I want. I can do whatever I want.
You can have a roster of frat boys.
But
What does a roster mean?
so it didn't actually translate to a roster. It just meant like 2 guys I was talking to and flirting with at the same time. That's it.
That's
Yo, bro, why is she downplaying her story now?
And when you say hooking up, I think people
When
think you
I
meant
mean, I just meant making out. Again, Like everything I say is so amplified and hyperbolic because it's so like incongruous to who I actually am as a person.
Right. So you're saying you're a big old prude.
Yeah, literally.
Throughout the episode, Akash is kind of bullying and teasing her constantly as if this is to prove that they do it to each other and it's not just a one-sided thing, even though on podcasts before this, he's typically more graceful towards her and is not just outright calling her a bitch.
She's actually made a non-cooking ass.
You could make that?
Really? This useless.
Guys, do y'all know the moral of the story here? Boy, there's a moral of the story here. A very clear moral of the story. Welcome home, Nat. The moral of the story, chat, is don't talk about every aspect of your fucking relationship on the internet. Because when you do, you end up like this. Nobody needed to know that your wife was to fuck your co-host and she was popping her pussy and she had a roster and all this other shit. Nobody needed to know that. Maybe if you just didn't say it, it wouldn't be a problem. It's the same thing with Aisha Curry. Does Aisha Curry have to go on a podcast and go, I wish I was still getting attention from more guys. My husband has a foot fetish. I be sending him my feet all the time. Does she have to say that? No. There's no benefit to saying this shit. You're not helping nobody. Yeah, I got bread. Go to therapy. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like there's just better avenues and stuff to go about this. That's all I'm saying. That's just me, though.
Saying this with all due respect, please. You gotta say with all due respect.
Imagine sharing your business with the world. Exactly. I don't know anything about Sammy's marriage besides the fact that they met on a dating app and she takes over when he's playing a Suika game and it makes him mad because she's not that good. That's it. That's what I know. That's what I know, guys. And maybe that's the way it should be. You feel me? Like, arguments happen with some couples. And when you get into an argument, you don't got to hop on a podcast and go, oh, my wife is such a useless bitch. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that, bro. Like, that's not necessary. There's got to be another lane here, bro. There's got to be. Why do I know this much about her upbringing? That's bad.
Well, I guess it's your
Well, I
wife.
thought the internet was right about everything.
No.
Golding a woman.
Okay, so you can make all these things.
Yeah.
One of the more interesting moments was when
Never sharing with the world. Never said a single bad word about her to anyone. And that, hey, Sammy, fair enough. She knows she's ass Suika, so that doesn't count. Yeah, obviously that wouldn't count. That's not even anything serious. But it's just like, bro, I feel like sometimes you just don't have to. You don't have to share this. Like, why did she say she wants to have an orgy with this dude because she believes his dick is 10 inches big? Like,
when the two discussed her bringing up and being so persistent about having an orgy with her co-host's husband. And again, she said it was just a joke, but in the middle of that, she remained firm in her stance that she was a virgin. And even Andrew was surprised.
So if she had a body count, I would have been like, hey. Cut that. But because she doesn't, and I know how like innocent she actually is.
Oh, you are a virgin? That's real?
I wasn't a virgin until I met him, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, good to know.
hey, bro, he said, oh, okay. And looked back to his boys. They looked at him and they all just said cap. Look how this nigga looking at him like, don't press the issue anymore. This nigga's looking at her like, I can't believe she's still going with this bullshit. And he's looking at them for approval. GG's, bro.
Yeah.
And if she wasn't, that body count thing, I'd be like, what are we doing here? Because I would have been insecure about it. But I can be, not that I'm so secure, but with that joke, I'm like so secure.
Oh,
in it
I
'cause know.
absolutely would feel insecure.
And I think stupidly, I was like, oh, it's all of us. It's not like
Yeah,
talking.
that is stupid.
Yeah.
But the 87,000 dislikes on the video says that the viewers were not exactly believing whatever they were saying. Are they trying to convince us or themselves?
That's what I'm saying, bro. It don't even feel like I don't know, bro. It feel awkward in that room.
Akash still believes her body count is 1. At this point, someone needs to interview one of those frat boys. The fake laughing is almost corporate level. That being said, it seems like Akash genuinely believes his wife is out of his league. He said publicly that she is far more attractive than any woman he thought he could ever get. When you feel lucky
telling
just
you,
to
bro,
be with someone,
that's
you
what it
start
is.
letting things slide that would normally hurt you. You convince yourself the jokes don't mean anything, the disrespect isn't real, and the public humiliation is just content. Jasleen behaves like someone who assumes she'll be forgiven no matter what, so she has no reason to self-reflect on her behavior because her husband doesn't push back. You can only see where this will lead. Eventually, Akash won't be able to supply her demands. The vacations aren't enough. The house isn't big enough. The clothes aren't expensive enough. The bedroom activities aren't enough. And that stuff is hard enough to deal with privately. Now he has to run the risk of her expressing all of these frustrations publicly on her TikTok and podcast.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. He got to keep on making bread for a long time, bro. I don't know what's gonna happen when this nigga stop making bread. GG's, bro. You see what be happening to like NBA players and NFL players, chat? Where like they're dating this girl who's, you know what I mean, she a model or she some. And then like they retire, right? So obviously when you retire, your money dries up a bit. And so your money dries up and then so many times divorce, boom, you're cooked. Every time, bro. Every time. I done seen that story with professional athletes hundreds of times, bro. It should be sad sometimes. They're saying they were virgins before each other, but it implies she wasn't. Is that the gist of it? Yeah, Sammy, but it's down on top of a lot of other things. She's talking about how much she wants to fuck his co-host. Was talking about some, oh yeah, this dude's dick gotta be 10 inches. She was talking, mad things, Sammy, like mad things. But yeah, I mean, the only reason why it's implied that she wasn't a virgin was because she said, oh yeah, her co-host husband, sorry. I mean, when you make a TikTok video, Sammy, as a married woman, you're like, I miss popping my pussy for white frat boys. You can't be mad at niggas for assuming you're not a virgin. Obviously. She said that? Yeah. And then she gets upset when people say, well, you're not a virgin. Well, you fucking, like, come on, bro. Listen to what you just said.
It seems that
like that's dumb.
Jasleen is a product of a generation that confuses on-screen dysfunctionality with personality, treating toxic characters as an aesthetic role model with main character energy.
Like, the closest character to me is probably Maddie from Euphoria.
Maddie from
That's not good. That's not good.
Euphoria is a character best known for her engagement in toxic relationships and selfish personality, oftentimes emotionally harming other people to get what she wants. So it's interesting that Jasleen says she can only act as Maddie because she can only act like herself. Jasleen does not see Maddie as a problematic teenage girl. She sees her as a diva and an icon, and resonates with her as a result. If someone has a problem with her behavior, then they're just an incel, or a red pillar, or a misogynist. But if the pushback comes from someone that she loves, like her friend or her husband, then, oh, it's just jokes. It kind of reminds me of what's called the narcissist's prayer. That didn't happen, and if it did, it wasn't that bad. And if it was, that's not a big deal. And if it is, that's not my fault. And if it was, I didn't mean it. And if I did, you deserved it.
Wait, hold a minute. Hold on. I never heard this before. Oh my God, I've gotten cooked before. Oh my God. Oh my God, I've gotten cooked so many times. Oh my God. It's all good.
During their initial podcast appearance, Fresh and Fit discussed the concept of men having leverage in their relationships. And while
Fuck
their
going,
opinions
Sid.
were a lot more skewed to men having the financial and emotional
Sound like my
power over their
father-in-law,
partner,
GG's.
the core idea underneath it is much simpler.
But what's up with people always disliking their in-laws? I'm not saying you don't have a valid reason, but like, what's the psychology behind that? How does like everybody I know, like their in-laws make them miserable? You still in this video? We got distracted. Like, I don't know.
Any normal person understands that a relationship is supposed to be 50-50, which doesn't have to mean equal income. It means equal effort, equal care, equal consideration. But in this marriage, Ghislaine holds all the emotional power because
You love each other's
Akash
moms.
fears
It
she
works
will
out.
just
Fair
leave him
enough.
for someone else. And the truth is, she could. She could get someone more successful, more handsome, and he will deal with all of her shortcomings. At some point, Akash will have to draw a line, and only then will he truly figure out if his wife is just joking or not. I can only hope that this type of love never finds any of you. This relationship dynamic is eerily similar to Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith.
True. Hey, this is also rough, bro.
Who put all of their extremely nonsensical and strange ways of justifying their broken marriage on full display. But if you want to hear more about that, check out this video.
I'm not gonna lie to you. That shit is rough though. That the Will and Jada thing, oh man, rough. Bad scenes.